Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your Saturday morning early start today. I am heading off to Man City shortly. I'm actually picking Matty up from the Magpie channel on the way, just driving down today, there and back. So hopefully Newcastle can get their first win at the Etihad in the Premier League. We have beaten them in the Cup before. I was looking just last night. It was Sissoko and Aarons who scored against them in 2016. 2012. Basically, it's been a long time and it's a good chance to do it. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Look out for the videos later on today. Hopefully, and I have been watching us against Man City in the Premier League a few times. I remember when Jacob Murphy scored right at the end, dinked the goalie to make it. I think we've got one goal and we're already losing 5-0 or something. So yeah, they haven't been in great form. Who knows? I won't say too much or it'll come back to haunt me, no doubt. But I wanted to jump on with some pretty major news coming out yesterday with regard to ATP, Associated Party Transactions. Now, it was Valentine's Day yesterday. Took the missus out, had a lovely evening, and I was getting messages saying, Rob, what's going on? Are we going to spend loads of money this summer? PSR's cancelled. Not quite, but I do think it is kind of like, a chance, actually. I think it's a chance for Newcastle, and we need to act quickly and do something while this is all going on, because no doubt, there'll be more votes, there'll be more rules, and it doesn't mean we can go and do what we want just yet, but Man City have basically deemed ATP, Associated Party Transactions, as unlawful, which is basically with regard to Newcastle's sponsorships. Now, there has been a little bit of criticism that Newcastle aren't acting fast enough anywhere. Where's the training ground sponsor? Where's the training kit sponsor? I've seen people saying, the grounds have been the lawnmower sponsor. Like, let's get some sponsors in here. And it's to do with the fact that Newcastle, unlike Mike Ashley, who had Sports Direct everywhere and could do whatever he wanted and got allegedly little money for it, Newcastle cannot use the PIF with all of their different companies, golf and everything else, shares in Disney, was that right? We can't have a Disneyland sponsor on the back of our tops because, or if we do it, it's got to go through the Premier League machine so that we can be told, oh, that's too much money, can't do that. To talk about the seller deal and everything else. You want to sponsor for 100 million? Nah, mate, 10 million. Because we weren't a Premier League club at the time, because we weren't hitting those highs at the time, we're trying to get there now. We are suffocated as to how much we can put into our own sponsors. Well, basically what's been declared is that in the last 3 or 4 years, the deals that Man City have been done and that have been penalised on have been deemed unlawful and that they shouldn't have been upheld. And now we've hit like this grey patch because the Premier League are saying, oh, well, the new rules that we're bringing in, that they're going to make it so, fair enough, you've deemed previous unlawful. What we've done now is going to be okay. The most recent Premier League rules that they're trying to... Oh, God. So there's a lot going on here. I'm trying to just condense it down a little bit because obviously we've got FFP. They want to basically bring in... What the hell is it? SCR, which it's more to do with the fact of kind of like where your team finished in the league is how much we're going to allow it to pay you kind of thing. This is meant to be the new thing. They basically got pushed back. They decided to not go ahead with that. So PSR, as it stands, is still the same. The 3-year rolling 100 million loss maximum, which again is why they reckon Newcastle haven't spent over the last couple of years, is because we can't pump any more money in. And this is why Newcastle need to act quickly, if ATP has been deemed unlawful, we need to get Big Yass on the phone. Mate, PIF. Get us some sponsors in now. Let's spend some money. Let's flush in the money. As I say, people are saying, screw the stadium sponsor. We want a Milburn sponsor. We want a Gallagher sponsor. We want a Lisa sponsor. We want sponsors everywhere. And that will basically circumnavigate FFP or PSR because we're not having to just pump money in. We're going, oh, no, we've got all of these sponsors now. And as I say, due to the ruling, you can't tell me how many sponsors I can have. and you can't tell me how much I'm going to charge for these sponsors either. But this is why it's the grey area, because it's just come out. Man City are saying and this isn't the 100, what the hell is it? The 100 point or the 100 thing that Man City's going on with about, exactly 99 left to go issues. This is just one. But Man City are saying that they've won that one. And I think that's how Man City are going to back their case, to be honest. I think Man City are going to say, well, we found that this one was wrong. You are still going to back the other 99. It's like them like pushing their incompetence, or alleged, or in my opinion, like it's trying to push that kind of agenda to say, well, we've only challenged one so far, and we've already deemed it unlawful. So I think that's how they're going to push it. They're going to almost like try and push the rest with a big leaf and blanket and go, nah, don't worry about the rest of them. We challenged one, you were wrong. The rest of them are all at void now because the first one was wrong. If you hadn't have screwed us on ATP, which, as I say, has been deemed unlawful, if you hadn't screwed us on our sponsorships, if you hadn't screwed us on the amount of money that we could have brought in, or we wouldn't have to have done all of the other 99, I think that's how Man City are gonna push that. But yes, in terms of Newcastle United, I think it's a moment to move in. And Man City are saying that, but the Premier League are coming back and going, oh well, we've already made changes. We've already made a new change so that these current rules, well, they reckon that Man City are pushing again, and that they're going to push on the new rules again with the same situation. In terms of FFP and fair market value to a degree, I think it's not what we wanted to hear. And when I saw people messaging last night, I was like, oh my God, have they just switched it off? Screw it, it's cancelled now. Spend whatever the hell you want. That's not where we're at, and I think it'll be tough to get there because we're so far down the rabbit hole, and we're so far down this road. To do a U-turn and drive all the way back up that hill is going to take a lot. But I think for Newcastle, certainly, this is a step in the right direction to where we want to get to. And the thing is that you've got the likes of Everton, Nottingham Forest. Like, it's not just Newcastle richest owners in the world. You've got like other teams who, fair enough, they overspent. It wasn't necessarily that ruling, but it's the same with the Man City trying to fight back on the other 99 issues. Everton will say, oh, well, fair enough, we spent too much on over FFP margins, but if you told us that we could have got our own sponsors and done this, then we wouldn't have had to do that. So it's like, it's fair enough to say, oh, well, it doesn't matter to you, Nottingham Forest, because that wasn't the reason you overspent. Well, Nottingham Forest will turn around and go, well, actually, but if you told us, I would have done this instead. So it's just created this kind of chaos. It's not just Man City, it's just Newcastle. It's virtually everyone. People are going to start moving on this, and that's what Newcastle have to do. Newcastle can't just, because they're going to start monitoring loans now as well. That's another big thing that people were looking at. Well, why the hell didn't PIF just loan Newcastle $1 billion and then write it off in 3 years? Nah, we're not bothered about that now. Why didn't we do that? Well, we've missed the boat on that one. They reckon it's too late because that's now going to be included in how the sums are done. So one thing that is being, as I say, deemed unlawful, Man City are continuing to push. Like, if Newcastle had have just done that over, like, it's hard because we are trying to be clever. We're trying to make sure we get it right. We don't want points deductions. We don't want to sell Gordon. We don't want to sell Isaac. Yada, yada, yada. And if they had gone and just done whatever the hell they want, spent loads of money, and then we got points deductions and we didn't get whatever, that would have been a massive fuss. But we could have done that. It's just been said that like Man City aren't going to get charged for the last 3 years of whatever because they should have been allowed to. Newcastle could have had, as I said jokingly, Disneyland sponsorship on the heel of our sock, like little there Mickey Mouse, whatever you want. 3 billion. No, probably wouldn't do that, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm joking, but that's the point, and I think that's why Newcastle need to be looking at these. Why even without fair sponsorships or whatever, why haven't we moved faster on some of these things? Unless Newcastle knew this was coming down. This is me trying to big them up now. Maybe Silverstone knew this was coming down the road and he knew it was on its way, and he thought, you know what, rather than getting a 10-year deal with someone that we're not bothered about, let's just wait let's just give it a moment. Because once it is deemed that we can have sponsorships off whoever we want, and get paid off for one, we're not having to then wait out a 5-year deal with someone that we didn't want in the first place. We can go, right, we're in, lads. And Murdard's not here anymore. Big Yass has the men walking in with their signposts and their sponsorships on the front one. Anything, you know. What was it? Some of the funny ones, you know. What was it? As a groundman lawnmowers, dishcloths, serviettes. Get them in. Let me know your thoughts on the possible, what has been deemed unlawful, how this can affect Newcastle, and you know what? I think we've sat back. I think we should be moving now. We should be going for it. We should be certainly looking at this and going, right, okay, Man City are winning things here. We need to get involved. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, let me know your thoughts on ATP. God, I was just going to list off loads of acronyms there because it's so annoying. But it's back to the football this afternoon. And funnily enough, it's Man City that we're playing. And we don't have a great record, so it'll be nice to get down there and see us get a win. Or even a draw would be good, to be honest. Thanks for watching, guys. But they're not on great form. So you let me know. Videos later on, subscribe, etc. Because there'll be plenty, as I say. Waffling now, so I'm going to go. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.